This is for a dash.
Dashboard. Confessionals.
Exactly. One of those things. Just cool. Old. Wanted it. Thought it was neat. Sold it for $60.
Oh, we got some questions. So I asked our people to ask us some questions. So somebody, Shabby Vintage Chic,
Oh, that's a good one.
asked us, when do you choose FedEx over USPS?
All the time.
Like a lot of the time.
So
For bigger things.
yeah, essentially when you get a package that's going any distance beyond your like your coast or your region,
Time zone?
yeah, that's pretty reasonable. The price goes up substantially, and at that point FedEx is much more competitive on their pricing for stuff over a pound. And I'll use SmartPost, which is a combination. It's offered in the FedEx section.
And Amy said, something I struggle with is figuring out when to use priority flat rate versus regular priority. It seems...
I would say
I can't
that...
see the rest of the question.
I would say that don't struggle with it. Embrace it. But that if you can use a flat rate envelope, that's always going to be cheaper than any calculated priority weight. If you're referring to like a medium or a large flat rate, well, I mean, I like to calculate before I start packaging it.
Right, so you like weigh the item and then you check
Calculated
through
priority.
eBay's thing which is going to be the best. If it's going to be FedEx, if it's going to be priority, or if it fits in a flat rate, will that be the cheapest? And usually if it's over 3 pounds, you want to do flat rate or FedEx.
Yeah.
I think that is pretty much what I've learned, at least.
Yeah, exactly.
Even some 2 pounds, FedEx is better. SmartPost.
SmartPost can save you some money.
And it doesn't have to be complicated to figure out what, and like once you're doing it for a while, you kind of know already. But if you're not sure about like, if it's going to Florida, what, you know, and you're on the West Coast, that's going to be like probably your furthest distance.
You already know that if that's 2 pounds, you're going to be at like $9 to $10. So priority, if you can fit it in a flat rate, and lost my train of thought.
Also, if you're not doing free shipping, which I know that's encouraged right now, but you can always, if you're unsure, just charge the flat rate price, and it should be, you know, obviously that means you're going to have enough to cover that.
Like if you know it will fit in a medium flat rate.
And we keep all of the boxes on hand so that we can actually like put it in there and make sure it will fit. Like if you don't have like a plethora of choices just like at your whim, then you're like going off of whatever you have. Yeah. But they're free to have, so you might as well, you know, have a little
on deck
variety of boxes. You know,
depending on your need of that box. Like I have probably 40 flat rate envelopes on hand at any time. But when it comes to large flat rates, I only keep, you know, 5 or maybe a few over that, just because in a month, I'm not likely to use more than 3 or 4. So.
And then the entrepreneur dad said, what is the largest item you've shipped?
The largest thing I've shipped,
I think, was those
weight-wise,
those
is
something with Terry. It was big.
Yeah, we put
our neighbor.
we shipped 12 or 11
mounts.
God, what were they called? They're
The computer mounts, or were they not that?
yes. Oh, okay.
Space arms. Those?
I mean, those were a big box. What are they called? Power.
Oh,
They're basically power supply units for. It's
okay,
gonna be a long day.
I can edit out, so like just think about it and then say what it is. Brain's not working.
They're basically power supply
Server.
units for server
Racks?
Yes.
Okay, say that again.
So the largest thing that I've shipped is bulk orders of things. So there were space arm computer mounts. We did like 22 of those, which
The box was bigger than me.
Which was actually like broken into like two large boxes of various components, and the other thing was these computer power supplies or server power supply units, PDUs, power distribution unit, I think is what it is, and each one of those is, I think, 16 by 12, but like it's like 3 or 4 inches thick, and we just like stacked all those in a big box that weighed like 120 pounds or something like that.
120 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I've shipped stuff the entire gamut. I haven't shipped anything so large that I needed to
do
freight. That's right.
And also
Gotten really close, like 135 pounds, like that is the max, I believe, for, or maybe it's 150 for.
I think you guys were looking
for a business delivery
to see if freight was a better option, but it wasn't.
Oh, freight is not.
But those weren't the hardest. I think the boat was the hardest boxes you've had to construct.
Definitely took the most time just because of how delicate it is and the fact that it was going international. I don't remember what the dimensions were of that, but that was a biggie because it was a little bit over. It was around 4 feet.
Did this sell?
Oh yeah, that sold too.
So this is something that I want to talk about. So these weekly stamp newspapers Jake found at like a sale, and they were in a free box, and I was like, what? Why are we hauling this paper that's going to be worthless? And he made me list them just to teach me a lesson. And how many lots have you sold now? And they're
probably
like,
8.
Yeah.
Probably about 8, and we've gotten. I mean, this lot sold for $22.
And it was free. It was the
free.
8th one. So you can never be too sure that something's not going to sell, like stamp news from 1939. Because people still, there's something in here that somebody wants.
Yeah, some of the earlier ones and the first lots that sold went for $30 to $40. You just don't know. This is the last thing. And I already posted on the Grammy about this guy. King Duck.
You have to say it like that.
Duck. So this is just, it's a British-made jack, screw jack.
It's heavy.
Bottle jack. It's not hydraulic.
And stinky.
It's got the right patina. It's got the right stamps and marks on it. And this sold for $175.
What?
And this is going to ship in, yeah, it's kind of dirty, so.
It's a dirty $175.
Yeah. That's probably going to go, it's heavy, but it's small, so that's probably going to go in a regional box. I might even be able to cardboard wrap it in such a way that I can fit it into a padded flat rate envelope. So that will ship for $7. Bad out. Whereas, like, if you were to ship this priority not flat rate, and it's going to the Midwest, you're looking at, or the East Coast, anywhere from like 15 to 16 bucks. Just ridiculous, you know. So long term, if you really concentrate on learning your shipping methods, and how you can kind of work the system, you'll end up saving hundreds every month on shipping costs. Like, no problem. That's what I do.
And we also just source box material from wherever there is.
Yeah.
We go to the gym. They know us now. They're like, okay, I got some boxes for you. It saves them a trip to the, you know, compactor or the garbage or whatever. They're happy to get them off. And just even if they're like not a box you want to use, you can use the material to like wrap around things or shove in to, you know, fill out the space. And so just go to grocery stores, ask for boxes.
It's a very weird thing to like get too deep into the quality of cardboard, but there's some things that you're going to want to use a really light cardboard so that you can meet weight requirements so that your cost is less. And on certain things, you want it to be a thick, durable cardboard that's not easily going to flex under pressure. If you're wrapping up glassware and stuff like that, that's more delicate. You don't want to use a thin, flimsy cardboard, and you're probably going to want to box it and then box that in a box, which is what I've done now that I've learned my lesson.
Box in box.
A box in a box. Because
can't be too safe.
You can, with pretty high certainty, make sure it's going to get there non-damaged. Just do it. Just go the extra mile.
So that's our solds for the weekend in our little mail vlog. Maybe
Then we'll do some fast-paced
showing
or some like fast-forwarded.
So thanks for watching.
Appreciate
and maybe we'll see you next week if you guys like these.
Real, from the heart. Appreciate it.